you are still doing this exercise, and it might be quietly destroying your joints without you even realizing it. Welcome back to Still Young After 60. I'm so glad you're here with us today. This channel exists for people just like you, active, curious, and absolutely determined to live fully. Today we're diving into something that might surprise you. We're talking about exercise, and specifically 5 very common exercises that health experts and physical therapists now say can be genuinely dangerous for people over 60. You might be doing some of these right now, maybe even this week, believing they're helping you stay strong. Most people have no idea these movements are working against them, so let's go through each one carefully. And more importantly, let's talk about what you can do instead. Number 1, behind the neck lat pull downs. If you've spent any time at a gym, you've seen this one. You sit at the cable machine, grab a wide bar, and pull it down behind your head to your neck. It looks like a powerful back exercise. And for decades, trainers and gym goers believed it was one of the best moves for building a strong upper back and lats. But here is what's changed. After the age of 60, your cervical spine, that's the section of your spine running through your neck, becomes significantly more vulnerable. The discs between your vertebrae have thinned over the years. The surrounding muscles have lost some of their protective strength, and the natural flexibility of your neck has decreased. When you pull that bar behind your head, you are forcing your neck into an extreme forward position while simultaneously loading it with weight. That combination puts enormous pressure on your cervical vertebrae and the nerves that run alongside them. According to research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, behind the neck pulling movements are among the most commonly cited causes of cervical spine injuries in older adults who exercise. One slightly wrong angle, one moment of fatigue, and the damage can be serious and long-lasting. The good news is that the solution is simple and just as effective. Instead of pulling the bar behind your head, bring it down in front of you to your chest. This is called a front lat pull down, and it works the exact same muscles, your lats, your upper back, your biceps, but it keeps your neck in a completely safe, neutral position. You get all the benefits with none of the risk. That's the kind of smart swap that makes all the difference after 60. Number 2, full sit-ups and crunches. This one might sting a little, because so many of us grew up doing sit-ups as the gold standard for core strength. For decades, sit-ups and crunches were the go-to move for a strong midsection. But the science has caught up, and what it tells us is not good, especially for older adults. When you perform a full sit-up or a traditional crunch, you are repeatedly flexing your lumbar spine, which is the lower section of your back. With every repetition, your spine rounds forcefully, and your hip flexor muscles, which attach from your lower back to your thighs, pull hard on the vertebrae. For someone over 60, this is a recipe for trouble. The intervertebral discs in the lower back are far more compressed than they were at 30 or 40, and that repeated forward flexion under load accelerates wear and increases the risk of disc herniation and chronic lower back pain. Dr. Stuart McGill, one of the world's leading spine researchers at the University of Waterloo, has spent decades studying spinal mechanics and concluded that traditional sit-ups and crunches place unnecessary and damaging compressive forces on the lumbar spine, particularly as we age. Here's what to do instead. Replace sit-ups with what are called dead bug exercises or plank holds. These movements build genuine core stability, the kind that protects your spine in real life without any harmful spinal flexion. A modified plank, held for 20 to 30 seconds, engages your deep core muscles far more effectively than 50 crunches ever could. Your back will thank you, and your core will actually get stronger. Number 3, deep squats past 90 degrees. Squatting is one of the most natural and beneficial movements a human being can do. It builds leg strength, supports your knees, and keeps you functional and independent. We absolutely want you squatting after 60. But here is the critical distinction: how deep you go matters enormously. A deep squat, where your hips drop well below your knees, places extreme compressive forces on the knee joint, particularly on the cartilage behind the kneecap and the menisci, which are the cushioning pads inside the knee. After 60, that cartilage has already experienced decades of wear. Many people over 60 have some degree of arthritis in their knees without even knowing it. Going deep into a squat doesn't just stress the joint, it can accelerate cartilage breakdown, worsen inflammation, and lead to chronic knee pain that limits everything else you love to do. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons specifically advises older adults to avoid loading the knee joint in deep flexion positions. The simple fix is to squat only to the point where your thighs are parallel to the floor, a 90-degree angle. This is sometimes called a box squat, where you imagine sitting back toward a chair but stopping before you fully sit down. At this depth, you still work your glutes, quads, and hamstrings fully, but the compressive force on the knee joint drops dramatically. You can also use a chair or a box as a target and as a safety measure. Strong legs, healthy knees, that's the goal. And you can absolutely achieve it with this smarter variation. Number 4, upright rows. This is the exercise that physical therapists talk about most when it comes to shoulder injuries in older adults. And yet, it remains incredibly common. The upright row involves holding a barbell or dumbbells in front of you and pulling them straight up toward your chin, with your elbows flaring out wide to the sides. It's marketed as a great shoulder and trap builder, and for young people with healthy shoulders, it can be. But after 60, the anatomy of the shoulder changes in ways that make this movement genuinely dangerous. The space between the bones of your shoulder, called the subacromial space, narrows with age. When you raise your arm out to the side while holding weight, you compress the tendons and the bursa, a small, fluid-filled cushion that live in that space. This is called shoulder impingement, and it is extremely painful and slow to heal. Repeatedly performing upright rows essentially grinds your shoulder tendons between the bones with every single rep. Studies show that shoulder impingement syndrome is one of the most common musculoskeletal complaints in adults over 60, and upright rows are a leading contributor among those who strength train. Instead, swap upright rows for lateral raises performed with lighter weight and your elbows only raised to shoulder height, or for a face pull exercise using a resistance band or cable machine. Both of these movements strengthen the same muscles, your deltoids and trapezius, while keeping your shoulder joint in a safe, open position. Your shoulders carry you through so much of daily life. Protect them. Number 5, running on hard pavement. And this is the one that surprises people most. Before you turn this off, hear us out. Running is wonderful. Cardiovascular exercise is essential after 60, and there is nothing wrong with walking briskly or even jogging if your doctor has cleared you. The problem is specifically running on hard, unforgiving surfaces like concrete sidewalks or asphalt roads for extended distances. Here is what happens. With every stride, your body absorbs an impact force equal to roughly 2 to 3 times your body weight. When you're young, your joints, cartilage, and connective tissue handle that stress remarkably well. After 60, your cartilage is thinner, your bones may have lost some density, and the shock-absorbing capacity of your joints is reduced. Repeated hard surface running significantly increases the risk of stress fractures, knee cartilage damage, hip joint deterioration, and plantar fasciitis, a painful inflammation of the foot. A major study published in the journal Osteoarthritis and Cartilage found that high-impact repetitive loading on hard surfaces accelerated joint degeneration in adults over 55 at a rate far exceeding those who exercised on softer terrain. The solution is not to stop moving, it is to move smarter. Walking briskly is one of the single best exercises you can do after 60, and it carries a fraction of the joint impact. If you love running and your joints feel good, switch to grass, a rubberized track, or a treadmill with cushioning. These surfaces absorb shock before it reaches your joints, and the cardiovascular benefit is identical. You can stay just as fit, just as strong with surfaces that work with your body instead of against it. So let's bring it all together. 5 exercises to stop doing after 60. Behind the neck lat pull-downs, full sit-ups and crunches, deep squats past 90 degrees, upright rows, and running on hard pavement. For every single one of them, there is a smarter, safer alternative that gets you the same results while protecting the joints and spine you need for decades to come. Fitness after 60 isn't about doing less. It's about doing better. Now, here is what I want you to do. Drop a comment below and tell us, were you doing any of these? Which one surprised you the most? We read every single comment, and we love hearing from this community. If this video helped you today, please give it a like. It truly helps us reach more people just like you who deserve this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and the bell so you never miss a video from Still Young After 60. Remember, this always age is just a number. Life after 60 can still be strong, healthy, and absolutely worth living.